Hello, everyone. Many charterers are not aware of the consequences of a stowaway was found on board a ship. What could happen? Like in our case here, one charterer was faced and choked by a claim of about $150,000. So, who should bear the cost of a stowaway on the ship? And under what circumstances does liability shift from owner to charterer or from charterers to owners? So let's find out. We will discuss stowaway definition, challenges, consequences for ship owner and the charterers, BIMCO Stowaway Clause, recommendations to minimize dispute between owners and charterers. As you can see here, we have one stowaway was found in a cargo hold. Obviously, the charterer will be liable for the consequences here. We have one or two stowaways are climbing on anchor chain here. Obviously, the ship owner will be held liable. Also, in extreme cases, lately, stowaway were found on a ship's radar. They traveled almost about 7 days from some country on the west coast of Africa to, I believe, to Canary Island. 7 days on a tanker, on the radar of a tanker, as you can see. So let's define from the photo you have seen, stowaway is a person who secretly boards and hides on a ship without the knowledge or consent of the ship owner or the master, and is discovered only after the vessel has sailed from the port of embarkation. So the key characteristics, they enter the ship illegally, usually by hiding in cargo spaces, void spaces, or restricted areas. So also they don't carry valid documents or passport. They are normally discovered after the departure of the ship. Handling stowaway involves strict legal procedures, mandatory reporting, security risk, and significant operational costs. So they have access to the ship, as we have seen. They can board as stevedores, they can climb abroad from small boats. Also, they can climb using mooring lines or the anchor chain, or in extreme cases, as we have discussed, they can be found on the ship's radar after several days at sea. Unfortunately, they jeopardize their life, and their life is at risk. They can suffer from shortage or no food or water or ventilation, and they have high risk of suffocation. So the consequences of stowaway on board here, the presence of stowaway on board ships, they cause serious operational, legal, and financial consequences for the ship. Also, vessels may face port delays, while the repatriation of stowaway is often complex, time-consuming, and extremely costly. So the cost of stowaway include cost of deviating the vessel to a special port for disembarkation, cost of delay, fuel consumption due to deviation, the cost of maintaining stowaway on board and ashore, and repatriation expenses. So who should pay for all these costs? Charterer may therefore find themselves directly involved in stowaway cases. So depending on the wording of the charter party, they may bear liability towards the owner or related consequences. So stowaway clause for time charter parties. In the light of the continuing problem of stowaway, BIMCO issued a specific stowaway clause for time charter parties. It is clearly allocating responsibility between the owner and the charterer depending on the circumstances under which stowaway are found on board. So it depends how or where the stowaway was found. So the right of recourse against the charterer, ship owner are normally covered by their P&I club insurance for the cost arising from stowaway. So usually owners are covered by their P&I club, but of course the insurance company, they have the right to recourse and recover all the money they have paid from the charterer. So the charterer is responsible here in some cases. So the BIMCO Stowaway Clause allows the P&I club to exercise a right of recourse against the charterers in certain circumstances. In most charter parties, they provide that the charterer should exercise due care and diligence to prevent the stowaway gaining access to the vessel by hiding in goods or container, and the charterers will pay the expenses. If they fail, the owner will do the same if stowaway get abroad otherwise. Examples of the forms we have Shell Time 4, Clause 1 and 3. Also, we have NYPE 2015, Clause number 42, which provides, as you can see here, Clause number 42, if stowaway have gained access to the vessel by means of secreting away in goods and or containers or whatever related to cargo operation, as you can see. So obviously the charterer will be held responsible or liable, okay? And any time lost, of course, the ship will be on hire, so the hire will not be suspended for any time lost here. But if the stowaway was found other than related to cargo operation or cargo holds, so it means the ship will be off hire and the owner will be held responsible here. In part or subclause B, if stowaway, of course, they managed to go to the ship other than cargo-related operation or away from cargo holds, it means the owner will be responsible and the vessel will be off hire. So recommendations, it is very important to incorporate a clear stowaway clause in the charter party, such as BIMCO Stowaway Clause for time charters, which properly allocate responsibility between the owner and the charterer based on how access to the vessel was gained. Also, owners and charterers to maintain valid P&I club insurance coverage to cover costs related to the consequences of stowaway found on board the vessel. Also, owners must implement and activate a stowaway search plan and to take all necessary measures to detect and remove stowaway before departure. Number 4, strict implementation of the ISPS code by ship owners and masters to enhance ship and port facility security and reduce the risk of illegal boarding. Carefully review charter party terms and clauses before signing, with a particular attention to clauses related to security, deviation, and stowaways. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video for more tips and more insights.